You know what it is, Superstar J VIP Saturdays, man. And I got to give the craziest intro. We got my big brother in the building, still humble, still ready to rock out anytime. And you always like DM me too, like, yo, I'm coming out here, and
yes,
you never forget me, but you actually seen my progress of me up here.
Yes.
And you said that, so I appreciate that.
Because when Mook was telling me, and I just started putting two and two together. I remember when nobody was fired yet. Everybody still, this place was packed like a little miniature city.
Yeah.
And I see what the record companies and radio stations have done over the years.
Yes.
And for you to have survived that,
Mm-hmm.
it's a little luck, of course, right? You got to have a little luck. And it's just hard work, and it shows that people really appreciate what you're doing. And don't take it for granted.
No.
You are really recognized as a figure in this business.
Thank you.
I want to salute you because, you complimenting me, but I'm complimenting you.
Well,
I think you're phenomenal.
Well, you're a legend, man. A serious legend. I want to start off. I got to start off because I had to write my questions for this one.
I like that.
Now, what keeps your love for comedy, alive for all these years? Like, what you're not afraid to say your age. You're 65.
Yes.
But what keeps your love for comedy?
I don't really look at myself as a comedian, I think.
Okay.
I think that comedy,
it's like you have sermons.
Yeah. Comedy to me is, I'm a businessman. Comedy is my side hustle.
Mm-hmm.
But it keeps...
This is my boss right here, too.
Yeah. Right. It keeps me young. It keeps me... I just have that DNA, that drive to just wanting to do better than I did yesterday. And that's just it's not something that can be taught.
They call you when you perform, you're always sold out, and I feel like New York is very hard to sell out.
Yes,
you come to New York and rack up.
Yeah, I come to New York and rack up. Was it Queens, Brooklyn? Because I think I talk what people want to hear. But what's so great is that the young people now are catching up to what I've been talking about for years, right? See, because if you're young, you don't understand what I'm saying. But then when you go through life experiences.
It's like a sermon with you.
Right. When you grow up, you just go, wow, that's what he's been talking about.
Yeah.
And I've been giving people game for years. He says that I've been older than everybody.
Somebody told me, and shout out to Mook Diamond in the building, that more couples go to your sermons.
I think it's both.
Why is that?
It's couples, but then really, believe it or not, it's 99% women are at my shows. 99%. So if men really wanted to meet women, they should be at my show because the women are there.
Do you hear that?
The women
pulling
are there.
up to the next
and
show.
They all think that. To me personally, I think all the women think they got a shot of hollering at TK, right? But I was a slut when I was younger. Now my body's for the Lord. I don't sling dick like I used to. Now it's on some grown man. Let me get my money and I'm so busy. I come to town and I'm usually gone the very next day. So this right here is the first time I've been in New York for a whole week.
Why hasn't TK settled down and be married yet?
That's a good question. I think marriage is good for some people.
Mm-hmm.
It's just not good for me. I can't deal with pettiness, confusion. I can't deal with another person adjusting the thermostat. If I'm hot and you want to be cold, and now I got to fuck around and get a head cold. Now I got to get Sudafed and something.
Are you talking about she cold?
Yeah. You can go through these hot and cold shit. Nah, I don't deal with that. But I'm happy. I'm peaceful. I date when I want to date. I travel the world. I live in Paris now. Just sold out in Belgium.
You live in Paris now?
I've been in Paris like 2 years.
Wow.
Yeah. So, and I don't know the language, but I do know, can you speak English?
Yes.
I got that down. I'm like, can you speak English? And then that's how I get what I need to get done.
Wow. I didn't know you lived in Paris. That's crazy.
Yeah, Paris is a beautiful place. Like I just last week I sold out Belgium and Gent, Belgium, Antwerp, Belgium. I'm getting ready to hit Tanzania now.
Oh, okay.
And Nairobi.
Going to the motherland.
Yeah, so I'm doing a lot of stuff around the world. Not just America. It's like it's really on a whole nother. And I manage myself, by the way.
Wow.
Yeah, I
T-Sip.
do it myself.
I know you had a question.
TK, you've been in this game for decades, moving around, hustling, keeping it real. So I just want to know, how 65, how do you manage to even still look this young?
I work out every day, and since I just got back from Paris, really on Sunday, like last Sunday, I think, 'cause I had to go to Jacksonville to do a show, and what I kept thinking about was make sure I get my rest, and I go to the doctor every 3 months because I pay for my own doctor. I don't have to. I'm not working with a company and they make you just go once a year. I go every 3 months because I like to be proactive, and I always tell people you should get checked up as much as you can. Because right now, if I told you guys you could die of an aneurysm, what do you think? It's in your head, right? But I tell people, I use this example, Tommy from Martin died of an aneurysm, but it wasn't in his head. It was in his stomach. See, so people don't know all these type of things about health. So I go to the doctor just to get my brain, get my blood work, get my prostate checked. So what's funny, you're going to laugh, I just got my prostate checked about 30 days ago.
Okay.
And I'm thinking that they had to go in your booty hole for the prostate. That's colon cancer. But then I was also thinking that somehow I had to lift my nuts up and they had to go underneath there. So I go get an ultrasound because my doctor said she saw something. So I canceled my flight and moved it the next day. And the next day the lady came and do an ultrasound.
Yeah.
So she's checking my heart, she's checking my stomach, and she said, I'm going to check your prostate in a minute. For some reason, I thought I had to pull my pants down and lift my nuts up because I thought she was going to go underneath my nuts. And I was just all wrong with it, right? So they do the ultrasound right under your navel and she wanted to know why did I need it. I said, because my doctor said if something. She said, no, that you're good. But in 2 weeks, I go back to get another checkup. That's how much I stay on top of health. But life also is about luck. You can be healthy every day and car accident, you can fall down the stairs, you can fall in the bathroom, get shot, whatever.
Yeah.
So life is luck as well. So you could take care of yourself, but then you got to go. Like you take care of yourself. I've known you a long time. You still look exactly the same. But you was a baby.
Yeah.
Because when I just asked how old you was, and you told me, I'm mad in the motherfucker because I thought you was older back then, but you was a youngster back then.
Nah.
So I knew you since you was in your 20s or early 30s.
Yes.
Wow,
yes.
man.
I want to ask you more about that health, and we're gonna get when we get back to it. Do you believe in medicine, or do you believe in because I just had I went to the doctor and I had to lose some weight. I was in the gym every day, but I had to lose some weight.
Your diet was wrong.
Yes.
Yeah. See, you can work out all you want, but the diet is the key. See, you gotta leave the processed meats alone. Believe it or not, you only can have one piece of candy a day. One piece of candy. We was all pre-diabetic before scientists found out what pre-diabetic was. Because all of us grew up with a bag of Domino sugar our parents and grandmothers had back in the day. And we all used 4.5 pounds of sugar for Kool-Aid. Because the Kool-Aid wasn't, you didn't see a Suzy going around and looked like snow. It wasn't enough sugar. And then you taste it, it was already 4 pounds of sugar in it already.
Yeah.
You poured another pound in there to make sure it was sweet.
Yeah.
So we was taking that much sugar in our bodies at a young age. But now we realize sugar in your eyes is glaucoma. Sugar in your knees is arthritis.
Yeah.
Sugar in a person's brain is dementia, and in a kid's brain is ADHD.
Wow. You got that? You got that? TK, T to the motherfucking K is in the building. Do you know that slogan? He can say that, and the crowd gonna say that.
Yes,
a chant.
absolutely.
T to the motherfucking
They sure
K
will.
is in the building. You know that, right?
Yes, sir.
Have you ever looked at one of his comedy specials?
No, he's too young.
You gotta get there, man.
Yeah, because
I gotta.
Only reason why I say I
watch
know you didn't, because I got the type of show that you gonna remember for the rest of your life.
Yes, man.
That's the kind of show I have. But you got to come to one of my shows, dog.
Now, let's make
It'll
it
change your life. I always say it's either going to intimidate you or inspire you.
It's gonna change your life.
It's going to change your life for sure.
I've been a fan of TK for over 20 years, and I can still watch the same special, man. And I'm the type of guy that your girlfriend might be upstairs and I'll be up there with her mom. You know,
Right. Yeah.
Telling you,
I
like,
talk
what
about
happened.
being the player. Like, my show's about being a player, but being a respectful player.
Yes.
Right? You could be a sloppy player, but then there's a thing called being a respectful player. And I like to teach men to be better men. Yeah, you got to be a man. And when they get upset when I tell them save their money before they start having sex.
Behind the scenes, you told Tisha that.
I was just telling my man that,
Yeah,
right?
That's a fact.
They think that the money's for the woman, but the money's for the guy. Because I say when you got your money right, you move different through society. Your choices and hoes is different. You know what I'm saying? When you got money, there's certain women you don't want to fuck with.
Yeah, I mean, I think the women feel the same way.
And they feel the same way. And that's how a man has to be. And then I told, not too long ago, I told the audience, the guys to look at the girl, if you really love her, ask her for $10,000.
You think you asked your girl for $10,000?
No, but watch the game here.
All right.
See, most people will think I want the girl to give the guy $10,000. But see, I came up in the streets here with Harlem, Eric Von Zip and all of us, right? So the $10,000 not for me, baby. See, I come from an era of men. We get our women Chanel bags. We get our women apartments and we take care of them, right?
Yeah.
See, the 10,000 young lady tells me where you are in life. And because I'm rocking with you, I want to we're going to go down to Morgan Stanley. We're going to put your $10,000 in an annuity with your name on it.
Yeah.
So your $10,000 in 20 years going to be $296,000. I want you to have that money because by that time you're going to be with the man you really supposed to be with. Because, baby, I belong to everybody. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, but because of your life, I'm going to give you game on how to survive with the man you're supposed to be. Because most women, when they get in a relationship, the guy buys the house most of the time. So now when you get married and your husband says, don't give me buy a house, you can say, no, babe, I got half. I could put $50,000 down with you. Because men hate when they get married and they hear their wives in the kitchen about, yeah, we just bought a house, and nigga be in his head talking about, you ain't putting no down payment on no damn house.
What do you feel about that? I mean, do you feel that, because I actually had a conversation with one of my mans about that, and I felt, and I told him, and he was like, if the girl that I was dealing with, she had her own house.
Good.
And but I said I don't feel comfortable moving into her house.
That's right. Don't do it.
I said he was
Smart.
like, no, he's like, wow, you know what I mean? If y'all getting, I said, because I don't never want to have anybody have the pleasure to say, get out.
That's so true, my man. People
He's
don't
like,
see
nah,
that.
she gonna love you. I said, man, love.
That's right, sir. Don't do it. And here's the thing: you help pay the mortgage. When she gets ready to get the equity out of the house, she ain't gonna give it to you.
Get none of that
She
back.
gonna tell you was a renter.
Yeah, wow.
So TK, let me ask you, how do you feel about, because I've been seeing it a lot in the past like couple of years, how you feel about that 50-50 conversation in the relationship where the man goes 50-50 with his girl? How you feel about that conversation?
So here's the thing: it's based on your financial status in life.
Mm-hmm.
If you're a young man getting money and I don't mean a lot of money, you just got a normal job, your girl got a normal job. Sometimes it takes two people to have a decent life, right? Sometimes people have a decent life and things don't work out, but they can't go to us. And some people in this country live together, but they don't date no more because they don't go back to their mother's house. They don't go to their grandma's house, so they stick together. I had a girl in Detroit I met, and she said, yeah, me and my man broke up, but you still can come by. We not together. I said, bitch, I ain't coming by there. My point that I'm making is don't put yourself in bad situations. You guys chase women. And the women are beautiful. You chase them so bad, but you get yourself in debt. Don't be an ATM to a woman that had children before you. Don't be an ATM if a female is living with another guy. I always say there's a group of college women graduating in June. Go find you your whole new team by yourself and start your own family, start your own thing. Not against any man that has ever raised another man's child. I think it's good that you guys are out there. I just want the young generation to start fresh because that's like an old thing that we had in our life. Oh, I'm going to raise her and her kids. I just don't think.
How do you feel? How do you feel about older men marrying younger women?
It's beautiful until you get old. because then you find out the character of the young girl you married. And what I mean by that is it takes a certain type of woman to take care of a man when he's older, when he's sick, when he's in a wheelchair.
Mm-hmm.
You got to go to the doctor's office.
Now, I mean, but like a base of the age, if you're 45 and she's like 35.
Yeah, I still think it's different because the generation is so different compared to when I grew up.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I date young women, they 35, 37, and they be want to have a serious relationship, and I'd be like, you're not ready. You need to be about 50 years old to date me.
Yeah.
Because they still sound like a child on the phone, and I'd be feeling some kind of way.
Yeah.
You know, like, you too young for me,
Yeah.
but I'm going to fuck you, though, like, because I'm a man.
Yeah.
I'm definitely going to dick you down,
Yes.
right? And I'm going to treat you good. We're going to do the Morton Steakhouse. We're going to do
Yeah.
the best steak joints in the world.
Yeah.
But that's it.
That's
like,
it.
there's nothing you could do for me, because to be with a successful man, any successful man, are you capable of handling a crisis when it occurs?
Mm.
What I mean by that is, if I got sick, can you come in the house, get paperwork organized, make sure that things are straight? Can you get my stuff organized, right, without deceiving my children? You know, there's stories where
But let me
women
flip
come
it.
in.
Let
Yeah.
me flip it now.
Yeah.
You just said that you know what I mean, you're not in a relationship. So what could happen if this, you know what I mean, something happens? Who can you call on?
Nah, that's it, Dick. This it. I'm done.
You done?
Yeah, if my son go down with me, it's a wrap.
But that you don't like that comfortability of
Nah, you're gonna die by yourself anyway.
wow.
Yeah, you know, people got this myth you got to have somebody to die with you and all that. You dying by yourself. I don't hate to break it to you.
Yeah.
And then don't depend on your kids to take care of you, because, you know, I read a lot. Kids are dropping their parents off at assisted living at an alarming rate. They dropping them off and not fucking with them no more.
Yeah, I've seen that. I've
Yeah,
seen that.
it's sad. So everybody better start stacking their money, have insurance, to have nurses come to your home
Uh-huh.
to try to take care of you. Like, my oldest son knows what I need. I got insurance. Like, all this stuff is paid for.
Oh,
I
so
tell
your
him,
other son gonna hold it down.
yeah. See, I have insurance.
Yeah.
All this shit is covered, because it was basically my mother taught me this. My mother's deceased, but God bless
Yes,
her. She
God
used to
bless.
always say, I wasn't dependent on my boys to take care of me. Now, both my brothers died. I was the only one left. So my mom died before I was 40 years old. I have no family.
Wow.
My mom, my brothers, all was deceased before I was 40 years old.
Mm-hmm.
So from 40 to this time, it's just been me. See, so I'm not even dependent on my children to take care of me. So that's why I'm proactive. I got insurance.
Mm-hmm.
I got stuff done. I got my stuff organized. As you say, I have my house in order. My house is in order. So my son knows, unless I get married, which that's not going to happen. If I get it, have the doctor.
I think it might happen.
No, ain't going to happen. Bring a couple women over,
Yeah.
strippers maybe. Make sure they're good looking. You know.
Okay.
Now, one woman got to come by twice a week and rub my balls with exotic oils. And these things right here.
Hey, man. Hey.
And these things, this is what makes me happy.
Yes.
Right? People always talk about, people don't listen to a story. You know what most people do?
Yeah.
They put themselves in the story. Or a man or woman can tell their story, and then that person puts themselves in your story to change the narrative.
Yeah.
Yo, I'm talking about me, not what you gonna do,
Yeah.
not what the woman gonna do. I'm telling you what's good for me.
The triple big bro OG father figure who'll tell you if you want to get married, that's on you.
It's on you. do what's good for you.
Yeah.
If you listen to me, you're gonna be by yourself.
Now I want to ask you the top 5 underrated comedians that you think deserve more recognition.
I don't do that, and let me tell you why I don't do
Okay.
that. Because I'm so well respected.
Yeah.
That
If you say something?
yeah, if I say the wrong, oh man, these people are emotional.
Yeah.
My thing that I tell any comic, just do well, stay in this game as much as you can, because I go way back to Robin Harris. I go back to when we was getting $20 a show. I go back when we wasn't in the improvs, the funny bones across America like we are now. And that's why I was just with Desi Banks. He came to see me perform in Jacksonville. And I was on stage and I saw him come in. Show was phenomenal. And after we sat and talked for like a good hour, and I was explaining to him how all comics should do a black comedy club at least 3 times a year so that the black promoters and owners can stay afloat and be successful. Because we made all the white promoters, the improvs, the funny bones, the heliums, very rich.
Wow. Now, one thing. Why hasn't TK Kirkland come out with a book?
Everybody's been saying that. So
I just think like all this information.
Yes, sir. It's coming, but I want to write my book when I'm 70.
But I'm not. I can get the lifestyle book, right?
Right.
Like, but I'm talking about like a motivational handbook.
Yeah, I'm
with the quotes, down back to.
I see what you're saying. It's been in the works for a long time. I've had a lot of opportunities. Even my man Charlemagne the God was hooking me up with his people because he feels the same way that you do.
I just feel like this needs to be written where somebody can go get it or
totally
pay
agree.
for like a paperback.
I totally agree. And what I'm doing is that I want to call it the manual, and it will be the Bible for the streets, so to speak.
Yes.
And I want people to live by that because like you said, if you see my show, it'll change your life. But you have to have lived. If you don't know nothing about living, everything I say on stage is foreign to you. But what's so great when I was performing over in Belgium, I love saying that.
Belgium, yes.
I thought that they wasn't going to understand my philosophy, right? Yo, they gave me a standing ovation. So I'm looking at these people, and what I'm saying is we all go through the same thing. It's just that the faces are different. See? So when I'm traveling, I'm learning. So I'm laying in my apartment in Paris. I tell my daughter, hey, we're going to go to Berlin. I want to go to Berlin for lunch and dinner. So I flew over to Berlin. It's a player shit, you know?
Yeah.
So I got a place over at the Ritz-Carlton. We went to go to, we ate, we laid down, and then we went to go see the Berlin Wall, right? We went to... Yeah, we went to go see the Berlin Wall. So then a couple weeks later, I'm in China. And I'm watching the Great Wall of China. And I said to myself one day, I said, do black people have a wall?
Wow.
So watch this one I'm about to tell you, dog.
Yeah.
So then I go to Benin, Nigeria.
And these are all performances.
No. Benin, Nigeria is just hanging out.
What do you mean? You just
what
hanging
number,
out?
what
Just
number
hanging out.
passport you on right now?
Yeah, I just really be living my life, yo. So I'm in Benin, Nigeria, and I find out, and I'm 60-something years old.
Yeah.
I find out that there's a wall in Benin, Nigeria called the Wall of Benin. It's 4 times bigger than the Great Wall of China. Something they never taught us in school. And when you Google it, you'll see that it was 4 times, but the Europeans came in, attacked the Benin, Nigeria, colonized them, stole our artifacts. So when you're overseas and you're in the museums, you see the stuff that they stole from us in the museums. But this is stuff they have never mentioned, not one time in our lifetime.
Wow.
And I'm looking at your face. You never heard of it before.
No, I've never heard that. It's a
it was so powerful to me that 2 weeks later I was in Cleveland, Ohio. I got it tattooed on my back.
Wow.
Because I thought that was powerful and that we didn't know that. We go through our whole life and we are, information is kept from us.
Yes.
And that's the sad thing. And we really have to really know as much as we can and share it amongst each other. You know, it's like I was studying about the Moors. You know, a lot of people don't know about the Moors, how they ran Spain back in the 8th century, and how they taught the Europeans how to wash, and how they created soap before soap was even invented, and how they had certain tools. They had light and water back in the 8th century. They had water back in the 8th century. So these are things that our youngsters and even older people need to know. And I do it in my stand-up. I share with them, you know?
Yeah.
And everybody's just looking at me like an but I'm like, what, y'all don't read? So I do what I do.
Now, how is it that you still sell out shows? But I'm looking for a TK to the motherfucking K written movie. Like, it's so much access now. I know that you probably got so much scripts that you could probably write, or what would be an ideal movie for you to if you want to co-produce or do a movie on?
I'm not interested.
Why?
I'm not interested because my intellect is deep when it comes to Hollywood. See, we are projected to think that we can really run Hollywood, but blacks can't do nothing in Hollywood. And let me prove my point. I get on panels all around the world, and they talk to me about, do you think I want to get into acting? I want to start my own production company. And I tell people, don't do it. They said, what do you mean? I said, I want you to be able to control your future. Because when you are dependent on someone else, someone has to pick you to be in the movie, right? They have to pick you. I like the way you look, you're in this movie. Then once you get in a movie or a TV show, the ratings have to be so good that your show doesn't get canceled. See? Then if you're black, you get played on the payment. We just talked about the Jamie Foxx situation. And him and his guy. We could talk about Terrence Howard when he did Empire. Is it Empire?
Empire, right?
Yep. He did Empire.
He didn't get paid.
We could talk about 50 Cent getting paid just $250,000 to do Power because he was just a showrunner. We could talk about Taraji, how she did Benjamin Button.
Yeah.
And the budget was $200 million. They paid her $150,000 to play that role.
I seen that with, and I thought that was kind of, with Oprah giving her that low money in Color Purple.
They all get played, man. And everybody knows. See, when you're from the streets, you know what sounds right and what don't sound right. And we're not gonna play that. There's no way you got a name for yourself. You find out there's a big budget, and they give you a small amount.
To what
it ain't happening. So my thing was, I taught myself years ago, do I go for an audition or do I go for what's real? What's real was that money in my hand. That was real. And that's why today I'm successful, because I went with what was real. All the other stuff is illusion. I don't need to be on TV.
Wow. One more question, Teaser, because we could be going for air.
What do you think is the biggest financial mistake entertainers make?
It's a real good question. They believe that they're stars, and they believe that the money's never going to run out. And see, you guys sit here and you watch TV. You think people are rich because they're on TV. Look at John Amos from Good Times. Look at my man who won, people who won Oscars. It's not what you think. It's like how we was telling you, even though you balling right now, get yourself another job for security. Get you another job to have a foundation. And you at the perfect age. And you may not believe it, but 20 years from now, when you're 49, that's still going to be young. 20 years, he's still going to be 49. That's still young. You would appreciate what we're telling you. I'm telling you, 49, I don't know if I'll be here. Whew. That's close. That's 105. That's 85.
That's a long time, huh?
I could probably pull it off.
I think you could pull it
I
off.
I think I could pull it off, But if I'm around, look me up. I would love to see what you did with yourself for 20 years, with applying our philosophy to your life.
Don't worry, I'm gonna make sure I pull up to Paris to come check.
That's right.
One more question that I gotta ask you: what's your take on male grooming?
Male grooming is very important. I believe that you gotta stay moisturized. You gotta smell good. Your underwear game gotta be cold every day, meaning clean. Gotta floss. You gotta brush your teeth. A lot of men don't floss all the time, but flossing is deeper than what people think it is. See, flossing is so important. They have found out over the years that if you don't floss, the bacteria in your gum goes down to your heart, and that can cause a stroke.
Yeah, I heard about that.
This is stuff that people really need to take serious. So I believe in getting manicures and pedicures. I like getting haircuts and just smelling good.
Yeah. Haircut game, man.
Yeah, haircut game is gotta be important. You gotta have Carmex on your lips.
What do you believe in? Because I don't know. Certain people that don't dye their hair. My grandma said a key. She's like, why you don't dye it? Why you not grooming yourself? Why you don't dye your hair?
Right. Well, you gotta love yourself. You know, I get a little gray, but I put a little rinse into my stuff every now and then.
Yeah.
Like I got a bald head,
Uh-huh.
but my hair's not receding hairline. I could let my hair grow.
Yeah.
Right, but I don't let it grow. I just wanted to have a different look.
Yeah.
You know. So what I do is I just take being clean and smelling good and being a man towards a woman. Because the guys today, for some reason, I think they like each other. You know, because they're like guys that say, I don't like what you got on, I don't like your beard. And in my Instagram, I say, yo, we don't do this for men. The women love it, dummy. Like, what is wrong with you guys?
Yeah.
Like, what man talks about another man or how you look and how, like, one dude told me I was ugly. I said, are you feminine?
Yeah.
I had to ask him, was you feminine? Because you're supposed to be looking at me like that.
Yeah.
Like these kids' mindset is wrong. You're saying, all y'all saying the wrong shit.
Yeah.
We do stuff for women, gentlemen. Like when I tell guys to buy a female a drink, after you talking to her about 10 minutes, they like, let that bitch be thirsty. I said, when you walk down the street, you walk on the outside to protect the woman.
Yes.
This nigga's like, let that bitch get hit by a car. I'm like, when you go on the date and you going out of town, the woman sits by the window. You sit on the outside to protect her.
Yes.
These niggas like, nigga, I bought a ticket too. I want to look out the window. I'm like, who raised y'all?
Yeah.
It's sad, fam, but it's good
Yeah.
to talk to you, Jay, because I know I'm talking to another man.
Yeah.
See,
Look.
I know I'm talking to another man.
Respect, man.
That means
I learned
a lot
from the
to me.
OGs, man. I mean, it means a lot to me that because I look at your success, like and longevity.
Yes.
And I always say, you know, it's cool to be hot, but brands last forever.
Yes, and that's one of the greatest lines I've heard is because it was a marathon for my life, for my career, and I'm glad that people are finally realizing I exist.
This is the question I got from my big bro.
Yeah.
Like we got to give the drums like now, right? You've done business with both of these guys.
Yes.
And it's sadly that the demise came like this. And I've just seen somebody showed me this. You did business with Suge Knight.
Yes.
He's in jail.
Yes.
Pac passed away.
Yes.
You did business with Puff.
Yep, sure did. That's crazy, right?
And Big passed away.
Yes.
And they're both in jail.
Yes.
What is your take on just how this like legendary run for them? Because, you know, and I want you to just give me a little bit of your take why with Puffy in jail. And just, you know, give you a background with Suge and Puff.
So
why.
let me explain to you. I know Suge used to be my bodyguard when I was on tour with NWA, me and the DOC. That's how far we go back. I seen Suge come from UNLV, playing football. I see him doing security. And I see him get his opportunities. However he got his opportunities.
Why the demise?
Yeah, because to everybody listen, I want you to listen to me very carefully. When you get money young, it creates ego. Ego will always destroy you. When you take your time to get money through life, it creates character. When you have character, you respect money. When you have character, your decisions are organized and strategically planned, right? Puff is the same way. He got successful, very rich. I mean, very young.
Very young.
Ego does dangerous things to men. I mean, think about it, how everybody's throwing their life away, and it's all over sex. See? With Puffy's situation, to me, I felt like, see, there's some people who are gangsters and some people not. Puff's not a gangster. Puff got in a great situation, made a lot of money. I can honestly say I wish that we all get a sign from the universe. The universe will let you get away with so much stuff. I learned my lesson. So the universe will give you so much, so many chances.
This is when you said the judge.
Yeah.
She didn't care that you robbed Puff.
Yeah, she didn't care none of that. She cared about my past. How did I get here? So to everybody listening, you can get away with 2 or 3 things. And then the universe will throw you dust to get your attention. Then it'll throw you a rock then it'll throw you a mountain, and then you'll get a boulder. When you get the boulder, it's too late. So you have to go through life. You get so many chances. Let's take A$AP Rocky, for instance. A$AP Rocky got truly lucky because what he didn't realize when he got locked up in Sweden or Spain, wherever he was, and Donald Trump got him out.
Yeah, I remember that. I forgot about that one, too.
You're not supposed to get in trouble no more. So then he goes with the situation, whatever that gentleman's name is, and he claimed that he had a fake gun. And I tell people all the time, ain't no black man going to confront nobody with a prop gun. That ain't happening. So the universe blessed him. He can't get in no more trouble in his lifetime. It's over. The next time he won't get that. He won't get lucky.
And you also know R. Kelly too.
I know. I was toured with R. Kelly as well. So when I toured with R. Kelly, I never hung with him though.
Oh,
see, that's the same thing. Well, with everybody from NWA to Jay-Z. When I hosted the Hard Knock Life tour, I never hung out with nobody. I was always my own man. I made my money, kept going, and R. Kelly, it was his choices and being successful at a young age because women loved him. But he chose girls. He chose kids, and he got the universe gave him a pass with Aaliyah because she was young. After that, he should have stuck to grown women. But he was kidnapping kids. You know, no real man is going to kidnap a child from their family. You know, I used to do a skit about it. If I had a girl over my house and her mother came ringing on my doorbell and said, TK, Stacy ain't been home. I'm like, Stacy ain't call you? Hold on for a minute. I'm going to go in the bedroom and say, Stacy, your mom's at the motherfucking door.
Yeah.
You ain't called your mom in a week? You out your motherfucking mind. Go in and get your dress. Go with your mother and just be back here by 8 o'clock tonight.
Yeah.
Go say hello to your family. That's what I try to put men up on game. Teach the men and women how to be better people and how to conduct themselves as being better people. Now, some people is like, oh, this nigga's always talking, right? But I tell people this all the time. If you ain't been through nothing, you can't teach nobody nothing. Let my journey teach you because I've done it all. Y'all know me a long time.
Yeah.
And y'all seen, like, this is a blessing how I turned out.
So what's next?
I'm just going to ride this out, dog. I'm 65. My goal is not to be at White Castle or Nordstrom's working to pay my bills.
Yeah, that's it.
That's my goal. Like, I ain't trying to do no TVs.
Yeah.
I ain't trying to be no superstar. I'm just staying healthy, telling jokes, and my goal is to never sit down on a stool on stage.
What advice you give to DJ Tisa over here?
We've already talked about it. He's a young guy. He has an expression of the world is innocent. And I hope that nothing happens to him to make that look that he has a little strong. Because right now he's like the world is just pure and innocent.
Yes.
And if he stacks his money, because when you got money, you can fight the world. I really believe that. When you got people like, and I was overseas and the young lady was asking me, why do y'all chase money so much? Fine, those Spanish chick. She's like, why do y'all chase money over there? She's trying to make it seem like just be happy and just work at a job. I was like, that's for you. I know I need money because my business partner, he's deceased now. He told me years ago, he said, TK, don't you ever be old and be broke because you're not respected.
We're going to leave it at that.
Man, I appreciate you, dog.
Let's get it.
Yeah.
TK Kirk. Teaching the motherfucking K. What we need a quote.
No. What we need to talk about is what's going on this Friday in Queens for my birthday party.
This is going to be on a Saturday, so we're going to talk about so we say it was crazy then.
Yeah. So listen, everybody, because we can edit that, right? We can edit that. See, I know how to work all this shit, you know. So, ladies and gentlemen, listen, you should have been at the party last night. It was to all the fellas I've been telling y'all that Mook Diamond and my man SNS gave some of the best parties in the city. We haven't done this in 15 years.
Yes.
And everybody came out. They came from Belgium. They came from Cleveland. They came from Chicago. They came from Miami. to celebrate the one and only TK Kirkland. Fellas, you missed the women was in there. They was looking good. And I couldn't handle it all by myself.